Glad to have you with us from First Bank Stadium in Music City, USA, Nashville, Tennessee. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day. It's the Tennessee Volunteers and the Vanderbilt Commodores. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you here in the booth, and we are keeping a close eye on the weather, along with help from Holly Rowe.
It is a beautiful day, but I can tell you it is very cold down here on the field. I see a lot of players putting their hands by the heaters. There's a lot of heaters set up here on the sideline. We'll see how that impacts the game. Keep you posted from down here on the field. Back to you guys.
Okay, Holly, I know you're out in the elements. Keep an eye on that. And the Commodores ready to put toe to leather, and here we go. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Tennessee Volunteers offense will get first crack at it here. Redemption might be on their mind as they took a whipping the last time these two squared off.
They sure did, Reese, and their best players made a lot of mistakes the last time out, especially on offense. David, it's really important in this one. The stars have to play like stars. They got to stat it up, and they got to start fast.
And they got to remember what happened. They got to remember the celebration, the on-field antics, the social media, all of it that came with it. The embarrassment of last time. So, yes, your big players, they got to play big, especially in these rivalry games. And I think this is the key in this game, man. These rivalry games, it's about passion, it's about emotion. And coming to this game, we saw him last week, man. He had over 100. Last year in the blowout, he was a non-factor. He's got to be the catalyst in this game. You can't have a repeat of what happened a year ago, where you're throwing the football because you're behind and you got beat down. Got to establish the line of scrimmage.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Looking to take a shot. Goes high to pull it in. Took it all the way to the 36-yard line, and he flipped the field in an instant.
Obviously, massive play by the offense, picking up a big first down on an explosive. But, David, third down defense, it's one thing to allow a first down, but you've got to make tackles. You can't give up explosive plays like that. At the end of the day, it's all going to come down to fundamentals, and you know that is driving their defensive coaching staff crazy.
It's so frustrating. You want to be great on those boxes, right? You want to check those third downs. You don't want to give up explosives. Well, you just did 2 and 1. That's not good for this defense, right? They've got to control that third down a little bit better. They've got to snatch some momentum back, and you got to tackle back, man. You got some opportunities to get guys on the ground. You got to accomplish the mission.
Second down, gonna throw it. Looking for the score. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on second down and likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time. Trust your read and execute this passing play if you're throwing it.
Sweet cut there. And he's able to shed 1 tackle, but still, just a very short gain.
Well, that was the only place the quarterback could go with the ball. Finding his back out of the backfield, just couldn't make enough guys miss, and now it's 4th down.
Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. And he'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. He splits the upright. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really, really depend on.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So the Vanderbilt Commodores offense gets to come out for its first possession of the game. And onto the field comes Junior Sherrill. He's going to get plenty of targets. In fact, this ought to be one of the better wide receiver matchups you'll see. Looking for space. It's Alexander. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30. Let's take a big view here about Vanderbilt. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise, continuing to get louder and louder, haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results-oriented. They have lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change before next season. If they're going to stay competitive and they're going to field the best team and program possible heading into next year, then it looks as though a change is inevitable here.
That is how it's done on 3rd down and short. No doubt about it. An easy hole to get through and clearly get the first down.
If you really want to simplify football, the low man wins. That time the offense got the better of the D. Easily picked that up.
The Commodores with the 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on 1st down.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Running inside. It's Alexander. And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2.
Love the job by the defense here with their eye discipline. That's an RPO. It can be tricky to locate the football, but they found the running back quickly. Those linebackers and DBs really came screaming down to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
3rd and long coming up. On play action. Calls it in. He'll pick up a few on the play just enough for the first down. They'll mark it right at midfield.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning turkey bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked, maybe even double-team high-low, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal, you bum. That's fine. But that's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
Ton of ground to cover here on third and long. Wide receiver going in motion. On third and long, try to convert through the air. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He'll go down right there, but what a big play to come up with that turnover.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
This drive will get underway from just inside the 35 at their own 34. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. That's the end of the quarter, and Tennessee has the lead. As we get a look at the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. Motion from the wideout. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. Third and long right here. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got the tight end. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
And it's on third downs like this, if you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Grab behind the line. It's Bishop on the stop. The Vols are in the hurry-up. Takes it from the gun on third down. Got it. Turning it on. He's at the 20. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Volunteers.
This receiver is dangerous because of what he can do after the catch. Once he has the football, he is so good at making defenders miss. You saw it on that play.
try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished with a big play, a touchdown strike from the 46. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they'd get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Commodores offense onto the field, ready to start the drive. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. Hits inside, it's Young. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air, or you've got to be more physical up front.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. They'll move the wide receiver. Off play action. Out wide left, it's suspense. Makes the grab and down immediately. He picks up a few.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
Looking for space. It's Alexander. Is that stiff arm even a human arm? It looks like some type of steel bludgeoning device on his way to a first down.
And that's a good sign for this offense. A good third down conversion, running the football. Obviously, last possession was not what you want. Like the interception, the turnover. Good to get back on the field, get that first down. Now see how much more they'll be aggressive and maybe want to throw the football and put that mistake behind them.
Fresh center downs going to the air. He fires one deep over the middle. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
And the offensive coordinator here is really trying to stay aggressive and take a shot. Obviously, the offense couldn't click on that one. But later in the game, if I'm this offense, I'm continuing to stay aggressive. Keep the foot down on the gas pedal.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Delayed handoff. It's Alexander. And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run. Not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carriers.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum.
Such a great job by the defensive back, dropping beyond the sticks, understanding where the ball's going, breaking on the football. Great eyes, great vision, and great hands. Looked like a wide receiver getting that INT.
So the Vols offense takes the field to start this drive. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Caught behind the line. It's Staley. Down he goes. And the Volunteers want to crank the tempo.
Well, what you know about Josh Heupel in this offense is they're explosive, and they always seem to have a dude outside at wide receiver. They normally have multiple guys like that. You obviously lose Chris Brazzell, a big-time playmaker for the Vols. They're going to have to replace that, David, but they've done such a good job recruiting and developing. There's no question in my mind they're going to find guys that can go on the outside and hurt you.
They find those guys with speed, right? And they create so much space in this offense. Now, make no mistake about it. This is a run-first offense, and I love the way they do it, but developing that chemistry out wide, finding...
Unleashes one deep. And good hands there by the defense on that shot to the end zone.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Right down the boulevard. It's good. And now the lead is extended a little further.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points, because this dude is automatic.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. They really need to find a way to generate some offense here, having fallen behind 13-zip. They'll send the back in motion. Fresh set of downs going up top. In the backfield, it's Alexander. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
And I love linebackers, man, that just have a nose for the football, an absolute feel. Great job not losing vision, feeling the running back start to come out of the backfield to catch the football, and then doing the most important part. It's probably the hardest, too, getting him on the ground.
Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. Motion from the wide receiver. Oh, a double pass. Here comes the heat. Out wide right, it's Thomas. Finds a seam. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Vanderbilt. He got a step and just dusted the field. On to attempt to try. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Aggressive play calling on that drive. Just 2 plays, they get the long touchdown pass to pay it off. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between being aggressive and careful.
And I think they'll take that. I got the lead, Palmer. I got the football. I got to take care of the football, put a nice drive together, and just get some kind of points on this drive.
No doubt. Lots to be happy about right now if you're this team. I think for this one, though, on this drive, it's about finding the one-on-one matchups that are in your favor and then exploiting.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down. And listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. 2nd down, going to throw it. Makes the catch, it's Davis. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Left side is Davis. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop. Caught the shotgun snap and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning 2. That was beautiful.
And the Vols have it with a 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Bishop. They were all over it. The Volunteers will call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as fast as they are.
Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted for the 11th time. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Out wide left, it's Spence. The Commodores signal for a timeout. It's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Second down to the air. And the rush will get to him at the 25. Timeout is called. It's the second charge to Tennessee. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Quarterback's got to get rid of the ball. That last sack's not on the line. That's on him. Now it's third down. Got a little space. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40. Timeout taken by Vanderbilt. That's their second. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Drops back on first down. Makes the pass. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
They'll need a bunch on second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Oh, he wants it all. And his first throw since coming in is incomplete.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on fourth and long. Wide receiver going in motion. Fake to the back, wants to throw it. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. And that decision will be questioned for a while.
And I don't know how to explain that one. Fourth down and long, the percentages are low anyways, and on your side of the field, that is not the way I want to create momentum or start my first half. I'm not sure what they were thinking on offense.
The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
And a lot of times when you see running backs catch the football, man, they've got a little bit of space to operate. That's great coverage. Being right there when he catches the ball to deliver the hit, to make sure he doesn't secure the catch, elite coverage.
On second down, they'll try the field goal to get the points before halftime. He's going to have to break out the thunderfoot on this one, a 57-yard attempt. Oh, the attempt is no good. Guys, still a 6-point game, but a missed opportunity.
Listen, he's a guy that makes 60-yarders in practice, so they give him that opportunity with his big leg. He misses it. The opponent didn't set up the return, so they're going to get the football back now. A pretty good field position. There's still a few ticks left on the clock. They've got a chance to steal some points here late in the half.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Fellas, welcome into the Week 13 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. So many seasons on the line. We begin with the Texas A&M Aggies taking on the number 3 team, the Texas Longhorns. And it's Texas A&M looking to come out on top in what has been a high-scoring affair. And I love that neither team fears this moment. Gotta see which defense is able to make a stand. Now back to your game in Nashville. So far today, the most dominant player on the field has been that DB. Pass breakups, shutting down one side of the field. He's been a one-man wrecking crew, and he's played a big part in this halftime lead. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Holly, what did you find out coming out of halftime?
I caught up with Tennessee's head coach coming out of the locker room. Their defense has done a terrific job so far, and today they're kicking off here to start the second half. That defense has got to step up again because they are facing a really stout running game. They've done a good job in the first half, but I will let you know how this continues to build here in the third quarter. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker unit really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force them into a fourth down. Offense staying on the field. They'll hurry up on fourth down. Got to make the play on fourth. He lets one fly deep. And it's knocked away, and they don't convert on fourth down.
And listen, obviously, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on fourth down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on offense that he feels can make a play in that type of situation, and he's got confidence in him. That time they weren't able to come up with it. I'm curious to see what this guy does if they're in a similar situation as this game moves on.
Pushes ahead for one. It's 2nd and 9. The Volunteers in the hurry-up.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Might as well run him again. And he stopped, brought down at the 18. It'll be enough for the first down. The Vols are in the red zone. Wants to throw on first. Look out! Got him for the sack. This defense turning up the intensity.
It's a curious play call offensively to try to throw after that great gain on the ground the snap before. If you're winning in the trenches up front, keep it going. Let the big fellas go to work. I don't like the idea of throwing the ball there.
Quick give. It's Bishop. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Pulls it. They make the tackle, and it's short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. And they decide to trot out the kicker. He needs to make sure those mechanics are pure from the right hash and 40 yards away. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. That'll make it a 2-score game at 16-7.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. I think the one thing you can say here, Jesse, is that both defenses have done a pretty good job mitigating damages.
Yeah, and on that last drive, not getting it on fourth basically only cost you 3 points. That's the good news. Let's just turn the page, David, and move on.
So I think you can still be aggressive. You can still go for it on fourth down. Now you know you can trust your defense.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. On the run, it's Young.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
Got it, looking for the first down. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1. They're getting to the line quickly and staying out there on 4th down. The Volunteers will call their first timeout. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump? Snapped on 4th down. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. The decision to go for it does not pan out. This offense has it with really good field position. They'll move the tight end. The give. Sweet cut there. Knocked down after a 3-yard gain to the 25. And the Volunteers headed quickly to the line.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. And the Vols look to do some damage in the red zone. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Got his man. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Last completion picked up a couple. Here comes 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Bishop. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. 3rd and long, a lot of ground to cover. Defensive coordinator showing heat before the snap. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. This kicker's leg is getting a workout. He's already made 3 field goals, and here he comes again. It's good. Easy call for the refs. And now the lead is even bigger.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Vanderbilt's offense out there looking to start a productive drive. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They
caught, and he's got room. He's stopped, and he's got enough to move the chain. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48.
And, man, I want to see more of that. Like, I want to see more of this offense being aggressive, taking shots, shots on early downs. It doesn't have to be run, pass. Like, being a little bit more diverse. They've struggled today to find big plays. That's a big one there.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
Wants to go up top on 2nd down. Left side, it's Thomas. There he goes. There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the 4th quarter. Neither of these teams cracking the top 25 as we are in the final week of the season. Let's take a look at where things stand right now. Our final quarter is on deck, and it looks as if they are ready to go. They'll go back to work with a 1st down in the final period. The run inside. It's Alexander. Just smothered on the play. And the Commodores will hustle to the line.
Offense trying to go RPO, but how about the defense? Up front, their front 7, they had dudes winning, just being way more physical and able to get to that running back.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Got it in the middle. It's Thomas. Brings him down at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a 1st down for this offense. Follows his blocks. It's Alexander. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
2nd down, gonna throw it. Throws to the wideout. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. It's great for this quarterback to take shots down the field, but you just don't want it to feel like a give up or a chuck it up and hope kind of play.
And I think understanding the situation, now I'm on defense, right? If they're going to take shots down the field, maybe I'm a little bit more aggressive with my blitz, understanding that everything's going to take a little bit more time to develop if they're going to take those deep shots.
Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 11. Going to the run, it's Alexander. Driven back. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. 2nd down, gonna throw it. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
All right, you've dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the 2nd half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
They've methodically worked it down the field. This the 11th play of the drive, but the defense can get off the field now. Right side, it's Spence. He's not going to get there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down decision. Snaps it, and he has to have it. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
And you had to. I mean, the offense had to be aggressive. You're down multiple scores. You needed to make something happen right now. You had to be aggressive. I think you had to go for it on that 4th down. Now, obviously, the game's looking like it might get out of hand.
Defense showing blitz, trying to rattle this quarterback. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Off the bootleg, wants to throw it. Between the hashes, it's Jackson. He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a first down.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football there.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. The Commodores signal for a timeout. It's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. First run of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. Catch is made at the 15. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Here comes the Commodores offense onto the field, ready to start the drive. They get the ball back after the punt, and they've got to be efficient here as time is winding down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Alexander.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
Second down to the air. Out wide right, it's Alexander. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. On the run, it's Alexander. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Motion from the wideout. Wants to go up top on second down. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
And a lot of times football, man, it's just about confidence and feeling good and getting in a rhythm. That's not what this offense has done all day. And now in a moment where you need it, you got to put it together. Where do they go? Like, who is their go-to guy? What is their go-to play? They've struggled all day, but you can erase all of that with one drive right here.
Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. The play fake. Reels it in. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
He now has 79 yards on the ground, and that magical 1,000-yard mark is oh so close. Play action on first down. Right side, it's Spence. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. They'll move the wide receiver. Press center down's going to the air. It's dropped after taking the hit.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. Oh, he's got some space. He's at the 50, the 30, running inside the 20. And it's going to be a pick six. Touchdown, Tennessee. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
And all this defense has done all game long is be absolutely dominant. They have been shutting them out, whether they've tried running it, whether they've tried throwing it. They've been creating takeaways. You get the pick six right there. You just can't say enough good things about how this defense has played today.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. On the move from inside his 5. He'll be stopped just short of the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 24, and good work by the coverage unit. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. This offense has pretty much been stuck in the mud the entire game. It's been a frustrating performance, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, you can't be hanging your head just yet. This game's not over. This coaching staff is still evaluating their players. So if you're on the field right now, you've got to finish this game. You've got to try to prove something to them.
Well, the game is over, to be clear. They're not coming back. But I hear what you're saying. Keep fighting. Keep showing your coaches it matters. And maybe find something positive here late that you can build on for the weeks to come.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Motion from the wide receiver. 2nd and 10, he'll throw again. And it's his 4th interception of the game. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
Huh?
Running inside. It's Bishop. Breaks into the open. Oh, better check some ankles. He makes a move and gets down to the 24.
And what you see late in games, man, those teams that can really run the football and run that clock when they got a lead, you really win a lot more football games. So I think you look for them to be physical down the stretch of this game, try to continue to do this on the ground, continue to eat that clock.
When you deal with a rivalry game, you have to live with the outcome for a full year. And this one is going to rest in their minds for the entire season going into next year.
And it's not going to sit well with the losing team. When you lose these, you're going to get hounded and you're going to get hate. You're going to get social media is going to destroy you about losing to your rival. But you got to put it past you. It is just one game. It's not that big of a deal. Well, Jesse, yeah, it kind of is.
It kind of is a big deal. You're right, David. I mean, a lot of these kids, they played with each other or against each other in high school. They've known each other for a long time. There's going to be a lot of trash talking going on, not just between players.
Is that what you're wearing? Was she going to go or no?
I told everybody no, and I was getting ready, and I told everybody no, she's not going to, she's going to take a shower.
Huh?
Right? She's going to take a shower, so she's not going, but I told her to throw the towel down.
What's she doing?
I had it exploded at one time and got accidents and I just threw it on top. Are you ready?
Are you ready?
I mean, feel free to take the whole basket upstairs if you want. I'm not have my phone on me, so. Because I'm going to be out here.
I can't believe you ain't going out. You helped me clean it. You helped me clean it. And are you ready? Huh? Yeah. Maybe in bed.
What? What? Like in 1 minute.
What?
Okay.
What's that?
Just go move outside.
We're leaving now. Why, you want to go with us or what? Yeah. Once. I'm about ready to go. That's so.
You already know your cigarette.
No, I'm finishing this one. No, I'm not. I did light this here. No. Do that too. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to do that, that's fine, but let me do it on. You want this or no? Otherwise, I'm gonna put it away. Did you want this or no? Otherwise, I'm gonna put it away. Caitlin? Caitlin? Caitlin!
What's that? It's what?
We've been in worse positions, Joe. You want a couple of hot bakes? You want a couple of these? What? Oh, why would I notice that? Oh, I didn't. It was supposed to start raining at 6.
Huh?
It's supposed to start raining at 6.
Start doing what?
Start raining at 6.
6 in the morning?
Yeah.
The device was added to your account.
She said Trent never replied.
Huh?
She said, Caitlin said Trent never replied.
Don't surprise me. Don't surprise me.
And the golden flashes, ready to kick it away first. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or two, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. The Hawkeyes offense will have the first possession of the game. And they've got the veteran, this senior quarterback, to guide the ship. And they'll be looking to him to keep this offense on track.
And honestly, this is the kind of game, if you're a quarterback, you're thinking, I am going to stat it up, and this is a potential Heisman Trophy resume builder for me. Going up against a defense like this, David, that obviously has had a lot of struggles. They've had some inexperience. They've had injuries. Whatever it is, they give up too many big plays thrown against the pass. And this quarterback, you know that he is excited about this opportunity.
Yeah, I think the only way you could say, hey, maybe this is a game, maybe when they watched the tape it was so bad that they got a little bit overconfident and didn't prepare the way they need to. This is not a matchup where the defense feels good. Like they're not going, oh yeah, I like my wide receiver matchups out wide, or I like the way I match up in the box. So how do they hide some of that and maybe find something that works today to slow down this high-powered offense?
That's such a great physical play by the defense, because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
On 4th. Uh-oh, look out. Turning it on. The 30. The 20. Inside the tag. He is in. Touchdown, Hawkeye.
And that is exactly what they wanted to see. They talked about bolstering their speed at the running back spot. They said this guy could do it. And you get a good glimpse of it early in this football game. Palmer, there's one thing to talk about speed. It's another thing to talk about speed. And that guy takes off, erases some angles, and makes the big play early.
It's so true, David. There's so many really good running backs in the country that can make people miss, but when we see them get into the second level, they always get caught. This guy is a little bit different. And now if you're on defense, that's a big alert. You know, hey, if we don't tackle him, if linebackers miss him, if safeties miss him, and this guy gets in the second level, he is taking it to the house. There's a lot of pressure now on this defense to tackle.
Hauls it in inside his 20, and here he comes. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. So the Kent State Golden Flashes offense will come out to go on the attack for the first time. And there he is, this senior wide receiver. He's gritty, great attention to detail, solid hands. He'll have to be accounted for in this passing attack.
It's pretty amazing when you watch this offense because they're not very talented. They're average, quite honestly, in a lot of spots, except the guy at wide receiver, David. He is elite. And today on offense, everything should go through him.
And when you've got one of those guys, you've got a chance, right? One guy that puts fear in the defense. And I love that we continue to see guys have real success at smaller levels, right? It's not just the powerful. These are guys that end up getting plucked and go to the next level. You can still be a burner and still have that great speed and route running and develop. And this guy has, and he is one of the best players on he actually is the best player on this team, and he is option number 1 for this squad.
The Golden Flashes are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. That's the end of the quarter, and Iowa is on top. Let's take a peek at the numbers so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. And the Golden Flashes will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll look to pin them deep. He'll try to make the catch in traffic. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. The Hawkeyes offense heads out to start this drive. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just simply we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you.
So if you're on offense this next drive, take a look at their safeties and see if they're creeping up into the box. Because of your success running the football, this might be time to take a shot down the field and play action.
After the 4-yard completion on 1st down, now it's 2nd and 6. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. Needs it here on 4th down. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs.
And, man, a lot of times it's hard to outrun that blitz, and they bring pressure. They push him outside of the pocket. Nice job covering downfield. Nobody open. He can't find a place to go with the football, and this is exactly what...
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. Classic pressure coming from the defense's right side, and they get the quarterback to the turf.
And that's what those defensive ends in a 4-3 do. Those guys know how to get after the quarterback, play on an edge.
And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
And that's frustrating for an offense, man, because you got great field position set up. You want to be aggressive. You want to take advantage of it. But in order to do that, the offensive line has to do their job. You've got to give your QB time. They don't do it. And back-to-back plays, they're going the completely...
And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack.
And, man, it's fun to watch a defense that really knows how to pressure the quarterback and that have guys that can win up front. That's the 4th sack of the day. We're still in the first half, but they got a bunch of guys up front that twist and stunt and move and know how to rush the passer. This offense has got to find a way to get the ball out quicker and protect better up front.
Inside 30 seconds to play in the half, we'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Here's some daylight. Found a little crease and turned that into a productive run. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. To the air, it's Brady. Oh, pressure's coming. Out wide, it's Johnson. Snags it, and there's running room. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. And the Hawkeyes will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Holly, what's the story as we start this second half?
The Golden Flash's head coach told me at the half, his biggest frustration right now is not being more productive on offense. He understands the home environment is a challenge. Communication has been an issue at times, but he said they are just out-toughing us at the line of scrimmage. He said we've got to start establishing our rhythm, get into a rhythm, and start making some adjustments at the line of scrimmage. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Hits inside. It's Owens. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game. Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. The Golden Flashes will punt this one away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. On the return. Good coverage on that one, and they get him almost immediately. Iowa has the ball back on offense. They'll start this drive and snap it from the 40. Tells to run, wants to pass. Spits it out to the back. Got it in the middle, it's Jackson. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. The Hawkeyes, right after the huge play through the air, back to the line. Trying to get the corner. He'll toss it. They work that running game down to the 34. Let's give him 3 on the carry. Trying to save time on defense, they use their second timeout. And they'll have to be very judicious as they only have 1 timeout remaining. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one. Wanting to stop the clock on defense, they use their 3rd and final timeout. And now there will be no more timeouts for them to use the rest of the way. They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. Wide receiver comes in motion. Sets his feet. It's Brady. Right side, it's Smith. There he goes. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
We've come to the break, and Iowa has the lead. They've built a cushion. They've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the 3rd quarter stats. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
And it's not sexy, and it's not these long plays all the time. But this QB does such a good job of picking up 4 to 5 and making it where you're always ahead of the sticks and just letting you know, we'll run it. We'll take advantage of this guy's speed, and we're going to make you defend him throughout this football game.
After that incompletion on 3rd and long, because of where they are in the field right now and this juncture of the game, I'm expecting them to go ahead and kick a field goal here. And
field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. Escapes the pressure to his right. And it's intercepted. A huge 4th quarter play for this defense. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
I like aggressiveness, and I like going for the win. I have no problem with that. But, man, I got to call high percentage throws. I got to make sure I don't do that. Now I turn the football over. Now I got a chance to lose. I hope my defense comes in here and bails me out.
Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set.
All right, you're at a point in the game now where you've got to go. You need to get down the field and score points. I'm all for running the football, but in this part of the field, you now got to start kicking it into overdrive, start taking some shots and gaining up some yards.
And guys, they're not going to give up on picking up the 1st down, but they also need some breathing room for the punter. Rush right in his face. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it. You got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback.
Big tight end makes the grab, 1st down, still on his feet. Knocked down, but he's got enough to move the chains and convert that 4th down.
Good execution by this offense. Now we need to rush, but not be in a hurry. Still got some time left. Got to move the football a long way down the field, though.
And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. Moving the pocket, it's Edwards. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And this offense has been a struggle bus. I mean, just call it like it is, guys. It hasn't been good, especially the passing game. And I'll tell you what, QB's played better games before. And I'm interested to watch. Can he stay positive? Can he finish this game off on a good note?
They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Under pressure. Just gets rid of that one.
What a fantastic job by the defense that time, forcing the incompletion. They've got the lead late, setting up 4th down. Can they come up with one more stop? If they get it, they might win this game.
Got to make the play on 4th. He's brought down. Couldn't find anybody and get rid of the football, and they'll turn it over on downs.
And what a great play right there by the pass rush, affecting the QB's rhythm, David. He didn't have a chance to throw that on time. They forced him to scramble. Everything broke down. He tried to go get it himself, but you saw the speed catch up to him, bring him to the ground.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Iowa! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Well, they get the touchdown when they needed it most. That score now makes it a 2-possession game. And guys, with just seconds to go on the game clock, this thing is all but over.
Makes the grab in the end zone for the 2 as they extend the lead. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. Here he comes from his own end zone. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. The Golden Flash's offense ready to get this drive started. It's a long shot, I know, but you have to keep fighting till the bitter end, Jesse.
But they call it a long shot for a reason, because they've still technically got a shot. I know it's not great, David, but let's see these guys fight to the end.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. Dropping back, it's Edwards. Rushes on. They knock him down in the end zone. That'll be a safety and put an exclamation point on this one. trap that safety, they'll have to boot it away and give it right back to them. Searching for space. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Off play action on first down. Lets it fly. Fires left side at Smith. And that will be the final play as the clock strikes 0 here. Winning those individual 6-second battles every play, time after time after time after time, and that leads to a victory here.
And I love when teams go out and play like it's sudden death. Like if they lose the game, their entire season is over. This game wasn't for the national championship, but you wouldn't know that watching this winning team, David. Tremendous effort